You all please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Town Board meeting. It's January 14th, 2025. First thing on supervisor's report is a purchase order, 122502 for Human Resources Services. And I forgot my, okay. Public Sector HR Consultants. The total cost is $69,000 plus travel expenses. They kept the price the same as last year.
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order number 122503. This is for Harris Beach Legal Services for 2025. General Counsel, $6,833 a month. Tax certiorari matters are $2,000 per month. Total cost is $105,999.96. We couldn't have rounded that out, huh?
I'll make a motion for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 122504. This is for communication services for Thompson and Bender. Thompson and Bender will perform communication services for the town of Mount Pleasant during a 12-month period commencing January 1st, 2025, ending December 31st, 2025. Total cost of $24,000.
I'll move to approve this.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is purchase order 1422501, Consillo. This is hosting of electronic files by Consillo for review and production in a legal matter brought by JCCA. Let's see, there's hosting, there's review hosting, there's user licenses. Estimated monthly expenses $774. Total cost $9,288.
Just for the record, Carl, this is all going to be reimbursed by insurance. It's due to a pending litigation that insurance has at least covered costs and expenses, so it's no cost to the town, but we still need to approve the resolution to get reimbursed.
Get money back, yeah.
I see, okay. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is authorization to approve amendments to the town's stormwater agreement. The proposed First Amendment would modify the stormwater control facilities maintenance and access agreement entered into by the town and Regeneron on or about October 9th, 2017. This new amendment modifies the long-term maintenance of existing stormwater control measures at the property. Specifically, the amendment updates and replaces prior agreements, schedules to account for work done to construction of a one-story daycare facility on the property.
I'll move to approve this.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Authorization to remove 2 Charles Court, Chappaqua, from the county sawmill sewer district. Homeowners located at 2 Charles Court, Chappaqua, request to be removed from the county sewer district. This office is in receipt of Mr. Kevin Mirabile, whatever, and Mrs. Maureen Mirabile. What do you think? Mirabile?
Mirabel?
Mirabel?
I don't know.
Letter requesting removal from the county sewer district. The property must be 40,000 square feet or greater in area. This property is listed at 1.35 acres, 58,806 square feet. Therefore, the property meets this criteria. The nearest public sanitary sewer main must be greater than 100 feet from any point of the property line. There are no sanitary sewer mains, must be there were no sanitary sewers in the immediate area. Therefore, the property meets the criteria. The property cannot be subject to action by Westchester County Department of Health within the past 5 years, and the town is unaware of any Westchester County Department of Health actions. Subject to confirmation of criteria number 3 above by Westchester County, the town recommends removal of this parcel from the county sewer district.
Move for approval?
Motion by Mark,
Second?
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Authorization to approve water line utility easement for the property owned by SHDG Mount Pleasant LLC and Philwood Realty located on Zeiss Drive.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is Jim Timmings requesting the board's appointment of Mrs. Frances Von Deitch as a new Board of Assessment Review member effective January 15th, 2025. Mrs. Von Deitch will be filling in the unexpired term of Mrs. Michelle Gonzalez, which expires September 30th, 2025. Mrs. Von Deitch is a retired realtor who has many years of local real estate practice experience.
Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Investment report, current rate of interest is 3.75%. This time we have business from the floor. Everybody line up on one side.
She left.
Being there no speakers, we will move on to our town clerk. Emily?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Town Clerk's Report, Town Board Meeting, January 14th, 2025. Received and filed the minutes of the Library Board of Trustees meeting, November 2024. Received and filed the oaths of office for the Hawthorne Fire District. Michael Weaver, Fire Chief. Joseph Carpentieri, First Assistant Fire Chief. 9 Planning Board resolutions for Brighton and Bradhurst Avenue site plan approval, 75 Kensico Avenue North rezoning petition,
Tom's not here.
1 Point Place steep slope permit, Kensico Preserve site plan approval, steep slope permit, final subdivision approval, and wetland permit, and 420 Nanahagan Road subdivision, final subdivision approval, and the secret negative determination. And also received and filed 2 zoning board resolutions for Martin Brooks at 430 Marietta Avenue and George Beal, 121 Phillip Place.
Thank you. Moving on to council reports. Tom unfortunately is not feeling well tonight, so Councilman Mark Saraceno will
Yes.
fill in with the controller's memo starting off.
Thank you. We hope Councilman Ciliano gets better and feels better soon. So back, I feel at home with the comptroller's memo.
Yes.
He misses it.
I do. So we'll begin with Resolution 40-25. This is the comptroller's memo to approve expenses starting out of the Justice Court Fund, stenography services, interpreters totaling $4,160. in the Town Clerk's Fund, a business luncheon meeting and Town Clerk Westchester Association of Towns and Cities, 2025 annual dues, $355. In engineering, a traffic engineering certification to David Smith for $300. Building and Town Hall, various maintenance issues, the largest one being the modernization of the Town Hall elevator, and a number of smaller repairs and maintenance totaling $97,832.66. For the Department of Public Safety, payments to Corsi Tire for police cars is $3,338.90, and continuing education reimbursement payments being made to Officer Brandon DeRubis, totaling $3,276. For safety inspections, we have various payments for conference attendance for our building department inspectors, totaling $1,500. For the recreation center, we have repairs made to our heating unit at the Mount Pleasant Branch Library, which is up at the rec center, the small library, totaling $4,681.80. For American Legion, a payment made to Dana Raitano, which is doing business as the Cake Art Studio, for a Nailed It Cake Challenge. This payment is $1,620. Department of Highways for machinery. We have various fluids and parts totaling $14,836.31. For capital building improvements, payment to Laws Construction for the 2 storage tanks up near the town pool. The piping modification project, this is payments that span from November 7th through December 13th of last year, totaling $104,299.13. And then Capital Kensko Road, payments to Amazon for various parts and supplies, totaling $3,156.03. Highway General Capital Projects Funds, payments to Ward Carpenter Engineers for their field services and surveys, topographical surveys, etc., for 2 different projects totaling $21,997.50. Kensko Capital Projects, various parts, and some landscape, soil and seed, and I think it's all parts and supplies, totaling $31,258.04. Yes. Valhalla Refuse District, miscellaneous parts with freight for our Highway Department tub grinder, totaling $439.80. Mount Pleasant Refuse District, similar payment for the same item coming out of that fund in $1,759.21. Mount Pleasant Consolidated Sewer District, repairs and equipment rentals totaling $6,730. And for Mechanical Water District, number 1, we have dam repair supplies for erosion control and certain chlorine-type chemicals for the tanks, totaling $7,799.37, bringing us to a grand total this evening of $309,339.75. I will make a motion for approval.
Motion by Mark,
Second?
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, and I'll take the, we have a purchase order. This one is with a firm, One Key Multiple Listing Services, LLC. This is an annual contract to access the MLS for our assessor's office, and the total for this year's service is $2,280. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And the last item is purchase order resolution 42-25. This is authorization to accept USI Consulting Group, their agreement for actuarial services for the 2024 audit. This is necessary to complete our GASB disclosures and would be considered a full valuation year. I'll move for approval, please.
Motion by Mark,
Second?
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Councilman Saraceno.
Yes, I will move on to my new duties, and I look forward to being this year's liaison to the Highway Department. a department that has done so many great things in our town, and I'm sure they'll continue to do so. We'll begin this evening with a purchase order. This is Resolution 43-25. It's a purchase order with Atlantic Salt Incorporated out of Lowell, Massachusetts, to purchase 500 tons of road salt at $74.40 per ton with a fuel adjustment of 35 cents per ton. And in this number, we are allowing for a variable cost of $3,720, depending on if that number goes up or down in terms of what we might need. And also tonnage can vary on the truckload. It's not always an exact precise number. So the total cost for this purchase order is $40,920. I move for approval.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. And one additional purchase order, almost identical, for an additional 500 tons of road salt. This is Resolution 44-25. Same vendor, Atlantic Salt Incorporated in Massachusetts. And this is the same dollar amount as well, $40,920. I'll move for approval.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Lori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Just to clarify, both of those orders were placed last year. Thank you all. Have a nice night.
Thank you. Councilwoman Smalley.
Good evening, residents of the town of Mount Pleasant. My report is from the police department. The first item is purchase order 30-25-01. The vendor is Power DMS. This is for accreditation management software. The program for the yearly subscription. The total cost is $7,477.16. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. This second item is purchase order 30-25-02. Again, Power DMS is the vendor. This is yearly scheduling subscription for a total of $8,311.83. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Danielle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The next item, purchase order number 3025-03, year one. The vendor is Thomson Reuters West Payment. It's a 3-year renewal contract for online software incarceration and arrest program. The total cost for year one is $660.57 a month. Year two goes up by 4%, year three goes up by another 4%. So, the total 36-month contract price is $24,744.36. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The last item is 30-25-04. Central Square Technologies is the vendor, and this is yearly records management software. The total cost is $36,991.07. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Zaino.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, fellow board members, residents of Mount Pleasant. I am back with our Parks and Recreation Department this year and very excited to be with them. I have one item, purchase order 70-25-01. The vendor is Life. It's a 2-year agreement to treat and maintain aquatic growth at Bear Ridge Lake, Opperman's Pond, and Leith's Pond. Total cost is $15,600. Move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second.
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you. Our town attorney, Darius, has some information for us.
Yeah, we have one matter. As you know, we passed a local law on September 10th to have a temporary moratorium related to battery storage facilities. We subsequently sent a notice to the county under the general municipal law, and they sent back a response indicating essentially nothing. Draft a local law, as long as it's not too long of a moratorium, all is good. So we would need to reconfirm the local law. Today I'd ask for a resolution 50-25 for a local law to confirm the establishment of a temporary land use moratorium prohibiting battery energy storage system installations within the town of Mount Pleasant effective September 10th, 2024 for the 6 months. So we're not changing the time at all. We're just confirming what was already done after receiving information from the county. And the public hearing already occurred, so we don't need to do anything else.
Will you submit that language tomorrow?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And I'll get Emily the revised local law too, which we have, and it's slightly revised. So,
We need a motion on this.
yes.
I'll move for approval, please.
Motion by Danielle,
Second?
second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Our scheduled meetings, our work session is Tuesday, January 21st at 7 PM. Our business session will be Tuesday, January 28th at 7 PM. If there be no further business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Lori,
Second.
second by Mark. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Good night.
Have a good evening.